My family, a couple of days ago, a scandal broke out. My family, King Charles, was said to have been profiting or making money from the assets of citizens who had passed away without leaving a will. And just today, the Sun tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch, as part of its front page, my family, here is what its front page read, my family, today. And I quote, Royal Book Exclusive. Charles, Harry's a fool. And that furious King Charles branded Prince Harry, and I quote, that fool. Those are Charles' alleged words about Prince Harry after Prince Harry spoke openly about his and Meghan's experiences in the Harry and Meghan documentary. King Charles called his son that fool. My family, based on what we keep on seeing time and time again, Charles just keeps on showing just how much he is a failure as a father to Prince Harry. This guy Charles only ever cared about Harry for as long as he could use Prince Harry for his own PR needs. For example, after Diana passed away, and everyone knows this by now, the tabloids wanted access to Harry and William. Harry was called even the new Diana by the UK media. That's what they call Prince Harry. And my family, I find that reference completely sickening. And here's why. Because you have played a part in chasing Harry's mother to her death, and then now you are calling her son, Harry, the new Diana. I find that reference, what they call Prince Harry after the death of Harry's mother, that Harry is the new Diana, I find what they said completely and utterly sickening. And my family, after Diana passed away, people were angry. People were pissed off at Charles because of how he had cruelly mistreated Diana. In fact, the royal family, they used Harry and William and made them walk behind their mother's coffin. That way, they can get sympathy for the royal family, for members of the royal family, using Harry and William. My family also, it was said Charles was put right next to his kids because my family, the palace feared if it was just Charles walking by himself, then people, the public, may have thrown things at Charles. And the palace did not want that. But if Harry and William were there, the public would not throw anything towards the direction of Charles. And my family, that just showed how Charles was willing to use his own kids for his own PR needs. And the tabloids wanted access to Harry and William. And the only one who could have given them access, that access, was Charles. And the tabloids knew that. So my family, they made a deal in exchange for rehabilitating Camilla and Charles' image. tabloids would be given some access to Harry and William. And that's exactly what happened. Charles used his own sons to rehabilitate his own image. And ever since then, he has been using Harry for his own PR needs. And that's why I keep saying Charles has only ever cared for Harry for as long as he could use Prince Harry. Same as Prince William. When he saw that he could no longer control Prince Harry, William was pissed off. William was angry because William was so used to using Harry as his own personal scapegoat. William would do something wrong. However, he knows that even if he does anything wrong, Harry will be his fall guy. And there's nothing that scares an abuser than losing their scapegoat. And no wonder, even before Prince Harry and Meghan even got married, Harry says in his memoir Spare that my family, William had concerns about Meghan Markle. William had predicted a host of difficulties that Harry would face if he hooked up with Meghan Markle. The same William who told Harry, when Harry would tell William, you know what? I would like to join you with an equal partner of my own. William told Harry, Harold, it may never happen. And you must be okay with that. William told Harry that. A brother telling you that you must be okay with being unhappy. You must be okay with being alone. A brother. So my family, when I say that William, the fam, want Harry to have the same fate as Margaret, my family, I mean it. That's the fate they wanted and still want for Prince Harry. To have a fate of misery, unhappiness, loneliness. And when William saw he couldn't control Harry, my family, we have seen his true colors. He sought to destroy the woman he loves, hoping that if he can succeed in doing that, then maybe he can gain back control over Prince Harry's life. And my family, we have seen the tantrums from trolls online, from the farm, from senior members of the royal family and UK media that they have thrown over the lack of control over the lives of Harry and Meghan. It itches them that they have no control over Harry and Meghan's destiny, over their future. It itches them. And they see Harry and Meghan as a threat to the monarchy because they can control their fate. And the fate they've always wanted for Harry and Meghan is one whereby they're divorced, unhappy, miserable, and also separated from each other. And Harry back in the UK alone, without Meghan or Archie or Lilibet, then I'm a family. And right now, that they're seeing that my family, Harry refuses to be the scapegoat. The Harry is speaking up. What do? They insult Harry. Because normally, Prince Harry would be the scapegoat. He would take abuse and cover up whenever other senior members, royal family, did something wrong. It's Harry who would be used as a scapegoat. Normally, in the farm, in the institution, they normally need a scapegoat. They need a scapegoat. In the future also, as I can see with my own two eyes, William's youngest son, Louis, is being groomed to be the next scapegoat. The tabloid media are building him up. so that in the future, they can do to him exactly what they're doing to Prince Harry, with this constant hounding, harassment, and using Luz in the future as their scapegoat. My family, a few days ago, there is a scandal about Charles. And today, the tabloids, in their front page of the Sun tabloid, is that Charles insulted his own son Harry. And these are the people who tell you, you know what, we need to heal the rift. We need to stop this rift. These are the people tomorrow, after saying how Charles, basically insulted his own son, tomorrow you will see them saying, you know what, we need to mend this rift. Harry needs to reach out to Charles. That is what they want. To see the victim of abuse, to be the one to reach out to his abuser, to the person insulting him. Pa. In my family, I know how much Harry loves his father. I know. But my family, it's like every single day we hear or find out something new. Every single day you can see the agenda of how Charles will always want to use Harry as his own personal scapegoat. And that is how it will sadly always be. Charles will only ever use Harry as his own personal scapegoat. Always. Always. This front page from the Sun tabloid, it tells you that my family, no matter where Harry lives, no matter where he goes to, King Charles will always use Harry as his own personal scapegoat. That person has no idea what love is. No wonder really, when he and Diana were being interviewed and they were asked about love, Charles said, whatever love means, whatever love is. And that hurt Diana. The guy doesn't know how to love. He does not know how to love. Insults are not the way. Abusing Harry is not the way. Abusing the woman he loves is not the way. And I can tell the royal family that freely, free of charge. Abusing Harry and Meghan is not the way. It isn't. It's a bad move. It's a bad move. Here's what Charles, William need to do. Call off their hounds and tell them to back off of Harry and Meghan. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. That's all they need to do. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. But sadly, they refuse to call off the hounds against Harry and Meghan. At the same time, they don't want Harry and Meghan to speak up and share their story. And with someone like this, with someone like Charles, you can't reconcile with someone with Charles, mindset. The guy has never known what love truly means. His father was cold, his mother distant. Not me saying that, Charles said that. He also contributed some quotes for a book done by, I think, Jonathan Dimbleby, if I'm not mistaken. But somehow he's angry that now it's Harry who's telling his story. Why can't you just treat your own son well? Because if you treat Harry well, Harry will write marvelous things about Charles. If you treat Harry well. If William treats Harry well, Harry will write marvelous things about him. Harry won't write something negative, something bad about Charles. He won't. But in the mind of the firm, they think that somehow they can treat Harry appallingly, and then he's just going to take it, because in his life, he has been used to being the scapegoat, really. In fact, even in Harry's memoir spare, my family, there's a part whereby I almost cried. And my family, for example, after William physically attacked Harry, Prince Harry would say to his therapist, whom he called, that my family, I'm happy, I'm proud of myself, because I did not fight back. It tells you that Harry has been so used to being abused that somehow he thinks it's okay. In fact, even in his memoir spare, he says, and I quote, "Some things I brought it upon myself. I've been abused all my life by the UK media, but some things I have brought it on myself," Harry says in his memoir spare. But this woman, Meghan, has done nothing wrong, but yet she's treated so cruelly and appallingly by my countrymen and countrywomen, Harry says in his memoir spare. Meghan has done nothing wrong. Harry, you also did not deserve to be abused by the UK media. Harry, you did not deserve that. Even if you did something wrong, the media should call you up for it, but not abuse you. Not abuse you. They should report the news, not abuse you. It is not the job of a reporter to abuse someone. It is not the job of a reporter, a journalist who abuse someone. Report the news, not abuse someone. Like how they've been abusing Prince Harry, to the point that Harry says, "I deserve it." Harry, you never deserved any of it. Harry, you never ever deserved any of it. And I'm so sad that you thought you did. I am so sad. Now, my family, basically, here is what has been said about, Charles' abuse of his own son, Prince Harry. My family, here's what my family has been said. Apparently, it's part of Omid Scobie's memoir Endgame, on what my family, Omid Scobie, has said. And I quote, "At the palace, heads, wine hands, and migraines were brewing." When they found out that Harry and Meghan had done a documentary. My family, apparently, the show took the wind out of everyone's sails. And that, according to an AD who works at the palace, who said this, and I quote, "Charles went from not wanting anyone to talk about his son to openly criticizing, saying this, calling Harry, and I quote, that fool." That's what Charles called his own son. My family, I don't trust this part even, whereby they say that Charles went from not wanting anyone to talk about his son. The palace were briefing against Harry and Meghan. The main target was Meghan. She was the one who was being normally abused. Normally, yes. And my family, that's what we saw happening. It was Meghan who was, mostly targeted by the UK media. Harry was more like the secondary target, as my family have always said, really. They wanted to abuse Meghan out of Harry's life. In Spare, Harry tells us that Charles and William never understood why he left. And my family, I have an answer to that, because Harry was never ever supposed to leave. The abuse and the attacks were mostly being directed towards Meghan Markle. It's Meghan who the farm wanted to leave, who William and Charles wanted to leave, not Harry. And that's why even to this day, UK media are still hoping to correct that error that was made, that happened when Harry chose to leave. By even trying to get Harry deported, that way he's back in Britain. That's how desperate they are. Because Harry was never ever supposed to leave. It was just Meghan who was supposed to leave. The abuse was directed towards her. It's her who they wanted to leave, not Harry. Not Harry. That's why Charles and William never understood why Harry left. Because he wasn't the one who was mainly being targeted. You know, it wasn't Harry, it was Meghan. It was Meghan who was mostly targeted. And my family, this part of what my family is being said, that Charles went from not wanting anyone to talk about his son. My family, for me, here's what, first of all, I see. First of all, I see that this part is a lie because the palace has been briefing against Harry and Meghan. The palace has been briefing against Harry and Meghan, you know? And secondly, in a way, if this is true also, if it's true, on the other hand, if it's true, that Charles said, don't talk about Prince Harry, maybe some people ignored his orders and kept on briefing against Harry and Meghan, meaning, you know, Prince William, my family has its own vendetta against Harry. His jealousy towards Harry has turned into hatred. William. And also, this could mean, once again, what my family have said, the target was Meghan, not Harry. It's Meghan whom they wanted to abuse out of Harry's life, my family. And clearly, they never ever expected that Harry would live with her. That's why Charles and William never understood why Harry left. So my family, basically, having that knowledge, really, of what even Charles has said, of what is being said by Omid Scobie, this guy Charles will always be a failure as a father to Harry. He doesn't know how to be a parent. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He himself was failed by his own parents. And he himself has chosen to fail as a parent. Now, my family, if you weren't brought up well growing up, let's say you weren't treated really well, as you would have liked to be treated by your parent, then it's on you when you become a father to be different. You know? Treat your son how you would have liked to be treated. Treat your daughter how you would have liked to be treated. It's on you. It's on you. Just because, you know, your parent failed you doesn't mean that you also, when you become a parent, you also fail as a parent. Be different. You know, no wonder really, I liked Harry's words in the You Can See. Well, by my family, Charles would tell Harry, I suffered, you also will suffer. What kind of father says that? Clearly someone who has never really known how to be, you know, a parent, how to be a father, how to protect their child. Charles clearly has never ever known that, my family. So, my family, Harry, on the other hand, he says, it's on me to break that cycle of trauma and suffering. And look at what he's done. Look at how Harry began to protect their kids. You know? I'm in awe of how they protect their kids, my family. They love their children. They adore their kids. And you know that Archie Lippett are being brought up with so much love, surrounded by love, by Doria, by Meghan, by Harry. They are loved. You know, they are loved. They are so loved. And the tabloids know that, and they hate that. Because they know with these ones, with Harry and Meghan, these parents love their kids. They're used to parents in the royal family not loving their kids and handing over their kids to basically cover for them or get good press for themselves. In fact, even a couple of months ago, I spoke of a carnival, also called expert, who was asking for Prince Harry to give them access to his kids. That way, Harry can get good press, like what Charles did. But Harry is different. Harry is a different man. He's someone who, my family, has his mother's heart. My family. In fact, Prince Harry said this, that, and I quote, the difference between making decisions with your head or your heart and my mom suddenly made most of our decisions, if not all of them, from her heart. And I am my mother's son. Harry is different. Harry is his mother's son. He's different. He's a good man with a good heart. He's a good father, a good husband to Meghan. He loves his kids. He says, just because I suffered, just because you suffered, doesn't mean your kids should go through the same thing. With Charles, he says to Harry, I suffered, you will too. A tale of different kinds of, fathers. One is a failed father. The other one, Harry, is a good father. So my family, basically, Charles insults Harry because Harry chooses to share his story, to tell his story. My family, somebody better tell the whole family. Charles, William, K. Camilla, abuse isn't the way with Harry and Meghan. Abuse drove Harry and Meghan away. Abuse makes Harry and Meghan to talk about it. As Harry said, silence only empowers the abuser to continue to abuse. When Harry and Meghan left, William and Charles should have ordered UK media, now leave them alone. They've left. And guess what? There'll be no Oprah interview. There'll be no spare. If only Charles and William had told UK media, back off. But sadly, from the Byline Times exclusive, Charles and William signed off on a press assault against Harry and Meghan, on Harry and Meghan. They allowed the press to go after Harry and Meghan. They approved of it. They told them to go after them. And they're still going after Harry and Meghan. So my family, the fam, William, Charles are behind every single insult, attack towards Harry and Meghan. And they think that somehow abuse will make Harry and Meghan bend the knee, especially Prince Harry. I feel like it's Prince Harry who they want to see him blink first. With him, I feel like they think that they can, somehow get Harry to bend the knee because he was programmed for a long time to accept abuse. For my family, I don't think that Prince Harry will blink first as the UK media and their fam want him to. My family, Harry will not blink first. And Harry will not bend the knee to his abusers. Like how, the fam and UK media, want Harry to do. Bend the knee. Abuse drove Harry and Meghan away. Abuse will not bring Harry or Meghan to the table. Charles, please, stop it with your insults towards Harry. Stop it. Stop it. Abuse or insults don't work. I mean, for all these years, we've been abusing Harry and Meghan. And what has that, achieved? What has that achieved? You've gotten Harry and Meghan to share their story with the world. Because my family, Harry said, even when he was quiet, the attacks never stopped. So my family, he had to speak up. Even Harry said, even the court cases against UK media, he had no intention of pursuing them. However, he saw that my family, they never ever stopped going after him. And so he decided to speak up and speak out because UK media kept on going after him and Meghan and his kids. So he had to do something to try and stop it. So my family, you know what? He remembered, you know what? I know what you've done to me with their unlawful gathering of information. So let me sue them for that. So my family abused this hounding. The only thing it has achieved is drive Harry and Meghan away. When the farm thought only Meghan would leave, Harry left with Meghan Markle. He chose Meghan and his kids. You know? UK media also, the hounding of Harry and Meghan. What has it achieved? It has made Prince Harry sue the UK media for unlawful gathering of information and other serious criminal, allegations. That is what it has achieved. Charles, Harry is no fool. You and UK media have undermined and disparaged Harry's, intelligence for a very long time. No more. No more. UK media have called Harry a tico. Now Charles calls Harry a fool. You underestimate your son's intelligence. And Charles, Prince Harry, will keep on exposing your deals with the UK media. And you see that he's the person, the one who is full of, courage to go after powerful individuals in the UK media, something that Charles can't even dare to do. Harry is a real man, the smart human being. That's who Harry is and has always been. Harry is not Tico. Harry is no fool. Harry is a smart, amazing, kind-hearted human being. That's who he is, Charles. Stop abusing and insulting your son. Stop it. Stop it. Call off your hounds against Harry. If you don't want Harry to talk about anything, then call off your hounds, UK media. Tell them to back off of Harry and Meghan. You won't see Harry and Meghan saying a word about Charles or William or Camilla. But every single day, you still refuse to call off your hounds, UK media, against Harry and Meghan. While you expect them, just keep quiet and take it. Harry and Meghan won't just keep quiet and take everything you throw at them, Charles. All your abuse, all your insults. So stop what you're doing. Call off the hounds. Call off the press assault on Harry and Meghan. Demand UK media backs down and leaves Harry and Meghan alone. Abuse and insults won't make Harry bend the knee for you, Charles. Won't make Harry drop his cases against your friends in the media, Charles, UK media. Harry will not do that. So, Charles, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Stop with the insults. And listen to the message that Harry is sending. Call off your hounds. Tell them to back off of Harry's family. Tell them to back off of Meghan, Archie, Lilibet. Listen to Harry's words. Tell them to back off and leave them alone. Charles, tell them to back off. Harry's a smart man. And really, he's the smartest member of the royal family. Stop treating your son appallingly, Charles. Stop it. And my family, to see Charles using his own son as a scapegoat, it just makes me sick every single time I see it. To cover for his scandals. It makes me sick every time I get to see it. And I'm just, sad for Harry. Because I know how much Harry loves Charles. I can see it. I can see his words. I can hear his words on what he says. But then my family, on the other hand, you see how Charles speaks of Harry to the media. How what he says about Prince Harry, it's so bad to see a father insulting his own child. On the other hand, Prince Harry says, "On my father back, on my brother back." You feel for him. You feel for him. That's a man with a good heart. A man with a good heart. Charles, the only good thing you really have in life, and sadly, you are throwing that away, is your son and your sons by racial family. That's the one good thing you have in your life. But sadly, you've thrown that all away to wine and dine with the UK media. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. And as Harry said, I believe one day they'll come to regret the side they have chosen. One day they'll come to regret. My family, as Harry said in his memoir prayer, he said, "I love my family and I always will. But I wish that at a time that Harry and Meghan were facing so much pain, suffering, difficulties, that they had been there for Prince Harry. But sadly, they were not." Harry says one day he believes that Charles will look back in time and say to himself, "Why wasn't I there for my son to help him?" One day that day is coming. And I hope that that day will not be too far for Charles. That he opens his eyes and just see what he has lost. Amazing grandkids like Archie Bedana could have been in Charles' life. Could have been playing with Charles right now. Bring him joy and happiness. A happiness that he never, ever have known, really, in his life. But sadly, Charles evicted Harry, Meghan, Archie, Libet from their only UK home. Charles took away Harry, Meghan, and Archie's security. And one day, he'll come to regret his actions. Just hope that day is not too late for him. I hope that he won't regret it too late. Just as Harry said, he believes one day they'll come to regret. I also believe one day they'll come to regret. In this life, you can have all the money in the world. But if you don't have God and love, then my family, you have nothing. You have nothing. So Charles, stop abusing your son and just listen to Prince Harry. Harry has reached out to you. Listen. Stop abusing your son and respect your son's family. Please, respect your son's family. Respect them. My family, tell me your thoughts about what we have just discussed, my family. I want to hear your opinion, family. Basically, from what we keep on seeing is that one side keeps on abusing. And that's the firm, William, Charles, and UK media. And the other side, Harry and Meghan. Harry has reached out to Pa. Harry has responded to the lies that have been told about him and Meghan. That's what they've done. And that tells you, my family, in this side, what we are seeing really is a battle between good and evil, with Harry, Meghan, Archie, Petana being on the side of good, while William, Charles, Camilla being on the side of evil. And it's so sad to see. Because hate never wins, Charles. Evil never wins. Good wins. Love wins. And that's why, despite all these years of trying to diminish or dim Harry and Meghan's star power, shines bright because they choose love. They choose love. Not hate. They choose love. And may God keep protecting and blessing Harry and Meghan. And my family, let's all condemn these insults that Charles levels towards Harry. Let's condemn hate and keep asking for people to choose love. Keep spreading love, not hate. And condemn abuse. Charles, stop abusing your son. Listen to him. And ask forgiveness before it's too late. With that and so much more, my family, stay tuned to our next video. Love you all forever. May God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lily Bedana, and also Doria, and all of you members squad at home. He never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to our next video, my family. Love you all and forever. And my family, tomorrow, one thing that is also hypocritical is that tomorrow you'll see that them saying that, you know what, we need to heal this rift. We need to heal this rift tomorrow, right after insulting Prince Harry on the front page. Tomorrow you'll hear from UK media, you know what, we need to heal this rift. And somehow it's with Prince Harry who calls Charles. Harry, don't do that. You've done enough. You've reached out. If the other side isn't willing to reach out or mend the rift or call off their hounds, then Prince Harry, just keep your distance from them. And speak up. Don't keep quiet when abused. Silence only empowers the abuser to continue abusing. Harry and Meghan, be strong. We are with you and we stand with you. Hate never wins. Love wins. And stay tuned to our next video. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lily Bedana and family. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you all forever, and may God bless all my family. We hope that Charles will change his ways. And we hope when he does, that it isn't too late. Stop using Harry as a scapegoat also. Stop it. Stay tuned to our next video, my family. Love you all forever. So what do you think about Charles, insults towards Harry? For me, it's so sad. It's so sad to see a father abuse his son. It's so sad. It's so sad, really, so sad. And I hope that Charles changes. I really hope, my family. And I feel for Prince Harry because I know how much he loves his father. And to see what Charles is doing really is so sad. Stay tuned to our next video, my family. Love you all and forever. And may God bless you all, my family. Hate never wins. Love wins. Choose love, not hate. Spread love, not hate. Choose love, not hate. Love wins. Hate never wins. And stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.